How do you how do you motivate your adult children? 21-year-old, 18-year-old, still living at home, and this mixer that sent in the text for Text Roulette is feeling like they've failed because now both of these children don't really have much motivation to move forward with their life, and they're afraid that they're not going to figure this out, and they're even looking at what happens when I'm no longer around. What are they going to do? And we've got Tracy calling in from Lake Geneva. Tracy, you've been through a very similar situation. Thank you for being willing to help out this mixed parent.
Yeah, no problem. First thing you have to understand is a mom is a mom is a mom. You're always going to be the mom, but you have to set your boundaries. And if she says that they shut down when she tries to talk to them about it, it doesn't matter whether they're a boy or a girl, okay? It is all about transparency and setting boundaries and rules. And the rule of the house is if you are 18 years old, you are an adult, and adults get jobs. That is my expectation, and that is what has to happen.
Ooh,
and
preach.
In order for them to follow through on that, then they have to have consequences. There is rent that is due. And it is not where you take your mortgage and calculate what each child owes you, because they don't owe you anything. You're the mom, right?
Yeah.
You ask them, how much do you think you can afford to pay me?
That's a really good idea,
yeah.
Tracy.
Throw it that way, Tracy.
Tracy,
yes.
and did you have to do this with one of your children?
Yeah,
And
because
how did
I'm
it go?
a very, very caring mother, and it's how much can you afford without going broke? Because they would bring their friends in on the deal, right?
Oh,
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. And then all the milk is gone, all the soda's gone. No matter some other things that might be gone. You're like, wait a minute, I'm buying all this stuff, and you're just eating it up on me with your friends.
and you also are teaching them the responsibility of having bills, having to budget.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Making sure that you know that food has a cost, where you live has a cost. And did you feel like you made progress?
Absolutely. Rent was paid, and within 6 months, they were finding their own place.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. And how are they doing now?
Happened?
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
One's in school for nursing, one is a EMT, one is,
Wow.
They're doing fabulous.
Good.
It's the tough love. It's a tough love that you, and like you said, to have these expectations, and also to just say, hey, here's the deal. If you weren't living here, if you were at school, if you were in an apartment with a friend, these things would still exist. So it's not that what you're doing is unique in any way. You're just trying to also teach them of, now that you are in adulthood, it's my job to make sure that you are equipped with the tools that you need to go out and thrive as an adult in the world.
Absolutely.
Tough conversations to have, but it helped you.
I guarantee you they love me more now because they respect the fact that I took control of making sure that they understood.
Yes.
Got you.
And understood the why. Tracy, love that you called in this morning. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. And we've got a lot of people that have texted in here to the Side Unlimited text line. Here's one that says, if you've got a 21-year-old living at home and unemployed, this is their text. I have to put some blame on the parents for this one. Then they go on to say you can't coddle them forever. So having these tough conversations is important to have, and to explain where you're coming from on it too.
Another texter says, I'm the youngest of 8, grown adult now with kids of my own. My mom said all 8 of us were the hardest between 18 and 25. Tell that parent they're doing a great job. Definitely not failing as a parent. You just got to maybe do what Tracy said. Hey, let's start changing some things up. You got to start paying rent. You got to start pulling your own weight around here. And then hopefully that'll help them move on.
Well, because that is the reality. That's just the way it is, because there will come a day like this mixer talked about where they're not going to be around anymore. And you need to make sure that they have the means and the ability to be able to plan and to financially be able to support themselves. So a tough conversation, but probably a necessary conversation. And we'll send this audio back to this mixer and offer the advice up that you all called in. Tracy, appreciate the call. Really speaking from experience to help out somebody else. And that's what Text Roulette is. We'll send this back to the mixer, and hopefully we'll get an update from them. And maybe in a few weeks or a month from now, things might be a little better off. cow.
Tracy was on it.
All right, guys, we're taking a quick little break here. Commercial break. We'll be